Hi, my dear children. I told you that we'll catch up with the fascinating female reproductive system. But, guys, there are a few terminologies left out and few medical conditions left out regarding the male reproductive system. We'll complete that first because I do not want to even leave the minute details. I'm giving you all the information, guys. Alright. So, one such terminology is gubernaculum. We are going to learn what is gubernaculum today. Very, very important, guys. So, I told you there are three types of epididymis, right? If you see my very first lecture, you can go back and see. There are three types, the capute, corpus and coda. Capute is the cap, head, right? Head of the epididymis. Corpus is the body and coda is the end part. The end part of the epididymis you can see is attached. This coda epididymis is attached to the scrotal sac. So, this is the scrotal sac, guys, okay. That connective fibrous tissue is known as gubernaculum. Gubernaculum, Gubernaculum, gubernaculum. Alright, guys. So, it is a fibrous connective tissue which connects the cauda epididymis with the scrotal sac. Alright, scrotal sac. Okay. So, the first terminology done. What is the second terminology which I wanted to tell you is the spermatic cord. What is this spermatic cord? So, that is the second terminology. See, guys, this connectivity, can you see here? The tail of the epididymis attached to the scrotal sac, okay. That part is gubernaculum, that is done. Now, guys, can you see a cord which is extending from the testis? Vasa deferens is here, so do not worry about the vasa deferens. Look at this cord. Can you see the cord, guys? And this is a magnified image which I have put here. Can you see the cord there, guys? Such beautiful thing, right? So that cord we call it, it's kind of like an umbilical cord, no, guys? Yeah. So that cord we call it the spermatic cord. Okay, what is this spermatic cord now? So this is again a connective tissue cord which is extending between the testis and the abdominal wall. Where and where, guys? Gubernaculum. This is attaching the cauda epididymis, that is a part of a testis, to the scrotal sac. But spermatic cord is extending cord from testis to the abdominal wall. So here is the abdomen, right? So, see, the spermatic cord is connecting the testis to the abdominal wall. Is that clear, guys? Very, very, very important. So, it is again a connective tissue, guys, okay. And you can see obviously it is rich with blood vessels, lymphatic vessels and a lot of nerves, alright, guys. So, that is what you can see inside of that, alright. You can see a lot of vessels there, no, guys. So, very important terminology, guys, very, very frequently asked question. So, that is for you. And then, yeah, so guys, there is some minute details of, the structure, internal structure of the penis is left out. Yeah, of course, it's a secondary sexual organ. The primary sexual male reproductive organ is of course the testis. So, if you take the penis, no, guys, the penis has two soft tissues which is surrounding the spongy urethra. So, guys, again urethra, I told you three types, right? Membranous otherwise known as glandular urethra, right? And you have the last one which is known as penile urethra, which is also known as so, guys, I am writing something here. So, penile urethra, which is also known as the spongy urethra. So, guys, do you remember them? Do you remember these urethra? Yes. So, if you take the penile urethra, it is also known as spongy urethra. So, that urethra is this part. So, let me use a different color there. Yeah, I am using a green, okay. So, look at this part, guys. This is the spongy urethra and you can see two tissues is surrounding that spongy urethra, right. So, one inner fine sheet you can see and that is again surrounded by one more thicker sheet, right. So, the inner surrounding is known as corpus spongiosum covering the spongy urethra, and corpus spongiosum is covered by another layer which is known as corpora cavernosa. So, that is what is forming the body of the penis. Alright guys, so before till this part you guys have already studied, right? Yeah, the bladder, the prostate gland, the bulbourethral gland and the ejaculatory duct and all you can see. Alright, now guys the body is also done and look at the end part. At the end part you can see an acorn shaped part, right? This, that is known as glans penis, glans penis. And finally the opening, the slit like opening is known as the urethral orifice, or you can call it the urethral meatus. Urethral meatus, it means the slit like opening. Alright guys, and this glans penis, if you see, you can see a foreskin there. Can you see a foreskin? Let me show you before doing the skin one. Can you see the skin which is covering that? That skin, foreskin, is known as prepuce, which just covers the glans penis. Alright guys, so these are the topics left out. So I have told you the terminologies. Now guys, the medical conditions. Ready for it? Ready for it? Yeah. So guys, if you know these medical conditions, more than enough guys. Yeah. And look at the terminologies guys, the medical conditions associated with the male reproductive system. First I am just starting with the study of the male reproductive system. What do you call it? It's known as andrology guys. Likewise you have gynecology, obstetrics for female, right? Likewise here they call it andrology, branch of medicine which deals with male disorders, treating the male disorders like infertility issue in them, right, the sterility issues and the sexual dysfunctioning problems. So everything associated with the male reproductive system, that study you call it andrology, the doctor you call it andrologist. Yes, yeah, so just know that is not a medical condition, I know, but yeah, just know that. Now the very first condition, which is cryptorchidism, I have already taught you this, very important. I told you in the 7th month of pregnancy, right, usually the baby, right, the male child inside the mother's womb, what happens exactly in the 7th month is that this testis will descend into the scrotum. That is, normally it has to happen, but when that is not happening, when the testis is not descending into the scrotum, that condition is called as cryptorchidism. Crypto means hidden, orchido means testis. So the testis is hidden, it is still in the abdominal cavity, it is not descended into the scrotum. So that condition is cryptorchidism. And the next condition guys, varicocele. Varicose. So guys, remember varico, it is usually we say varicose veins, means twisted veins we say. Alright guys, varicocele means seal, that is indicative of testis. Alright, yeah, the swelling of testis, here they have mentioned swelling of scrotum, anything is fine. The swelling of scrotum due to dilation of veins, see, okay, usually the twisted veins or the dilated veins in the testis or the scrotum, that condition you call it varicocele. There is one more condition guys, I will write it here, which is known as hydrocele. Hydrocele means fluid accumulation, serous fluid accumulation in the testis, fluid accumulation. There is one such condition where the fluid accumulates in the testis and inflames it. So that you call it hydrocele. So make a note of it. And hemospermia or hematospermia, what is this condition? Blood in the semen, right? Whenever blood comes along with the semen, naturally it will not be there. But when there is this condition, you call it hematospermia, which indicates that there is some dysfunctionality inside. Hemato or hemospermia, both means the same. And circumcision, very important guys. So circumcision, if you take, it is a surgical removal of prepuce. What is prepuce guys? I told you the foreskin which is covering the glans penis, right? So it is a religious practice also. If you take a particular group of people, they does this circumcision, but they say it's good, it prevents sexually transmitted diseases and all. They just cut off and remove the foreskin which is covering the glans penis. Alright guys, and finally one condition which is known as priapism. So, or priapism. Priapism is a condition where there is persistent and painful erection of penis. So that will affect the sexual excitement. Alright. So this condition we call it priapism, persistent and painful erection of the penis. Right. Yes, so these are all the medical conditions associated with it, guys. If you know all of this, go watch all of my videos from the beginning and be thorough